Hey guys, it's Erin. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a slightly different music video review in the sense that we're not actually going to look at a music video. I want to talk about Greta Van Fleet. I just wanted to give a really quick disclaimer before I jump into the video. All of my other music video reviews have been done on slightly smaller artists, more independent artists, or people who maybe don't have as much mainstream traction as Greta Van Fleet. And I just wanted to say that if you're a Greta Van Fleet fan and you found this through, whatever avenue, I really respect Greta Van Fleet's music. I want to work for them so badly. They are at the top of my dream client list. And with all the clients on that list, if I didn't think that I had something to bring, if I didn't think that I could, improve them in some way, I wouldn't want to work for them. So if you are someone who is, you don't like hearing criticism, please don't watch this video, because I don't want to get comments down below that are like, oh, you're a hater, literally just my opinion. And if you don't like hearing unsolicited opinions, don't watch the video. What I wanted to do today is I wanted to look at a moment where I feel they kind of fell short style-wise and talk to you about how I think they should be able to elevate their individual styles. If you don't know Greta Van Fleet, they are a rock band from America. It consists of Josh Kiska on lead vocals, Jake Kiska on lead guitar, Daniel Wagner on drums, and Sam Kiska on keys and bass. And for me personally, I think the best dressed member is definitely Jake. He has this really interesting Moroccan Gothic style that I feel really represents his personality quite well. And I very rarely see him stumble. He very rarely wears something where I'm like, ooh. And if it is something where I'm like, that was a choice, it's very small things that could just be edited. I think second for me is definitely Sam. For me, he is the most model-esque. He has the most model-like proportions and facial structure, so he can pull off a lot of difficult silhouettes. For me, an iconic look from Sam was definitely the Billboard, it was a Billboard music interview. He wore this pinstripe suit. That was beautiful. I've never ever seen someone pull a suit off that well in that bold of a color. I was really like, Harry Styles who? He got fucking bodied by Sam in that suit. Getting into what we are all here for, which is to talk about their Grammys outfits. I couldn't find a picture of them on the red carpet. I'm not sure if they walked the carpet. I'm going to start this by going through who I think is needs the least amount of edits to who I think needs the most amount of editing. So starting with Jake, I really like this jacket. I think this jacket looks really good. It's really beautifully embroidered, beautiful color. The sash is great. The pants, I've looked at this photo for probably 4 days now, and I can't tell if these are if these are jeans. The color looks very much like jeans, and there's the seamage on the side kind of looks like jeans, and jeans are definitely not the dress code at the Grammys. But I like the color. What I think I would edit with this is I would absolutely keep that jacket. I love the jacket. I would look at, because we've got this really nice, kind of smoking jacket, I would kind of look at putting a cigarette pant with this. Now, when you're smaller, I can speak from experience, I'm 5'3". When you're smaller, if you taper your pants to hit just above the ankle, it actually makes you look taller and your legs look slimlined. So I think here, a really nice cigarette pant, in the same color that this is, I think the coloring works well, tailored just above that ankle is going to really elongate Jake's physique. The Chelsea boots, they're pretty standard. I'm not gonna have a gripe about that. It's pretty B+, average. I feel because we're kind of doing this more Edwardian smoking, leisure look, I feel even some slippers with the same embroidery as the jacket on them would really tie the look in cohesively, make it all look, head to toe. I was looking at all of the stuff that I would put these guys in. I was watching Queen of the Damned, the lovely with Aaliyah, and I kind of was looking at Stuart Townsend's portrayal of Louis de Liancourt, and I was like, wow, this guy gives me really big Jake vibes. And I think leaning into that, as I said, that Gothic Moroccan vibe, was also looking at, for this specific outfit, I was also looking at the Dries Van Noten Fall 2015 menswear show. They had some really nice like smoking outfits and that kind of more luxuriating, almost pajama feel. I feel like if we'd played into that on this, it would have looked really, really good. Moving on to the second best dressed, we have Dani. From the waist up again, I love this. I think it looks really good. The jacket, beautiful. It's a gorgeous color. It's a gorgeous fabric. The contrasting with the more purpley, is it a purple or pink shirt? I feel like it's purple. The purpley shirt works really well. I like that he's tied in his little pocket square to the shirt as well. Looks great. The thing that really lets me down on this is the pants. Again, they look like they're like pants from JJ's. They're just JJ's fucking stretch cotton jeans. I think from memory, Dani's 6 foot, maybe? So he's tall, he's quite tall. And what we have here is an outfit that shrinks. And it's kind of, because they're a very slim, skinny fit, we have this inverted triangle shape because the padding on the jacket is quite, it's quite large. It's larger than his actual shoulders. And so it kind of creates this weird inverted triangle that just looks a bit strange. And it also shortens his legs. It makes them look like they're a lot less, long, which is never something you want to do. If you, as someone who is tall, embrace that, really embrace the fact that you're tall. And if you're someone that's short like me, just embrace it. It's the body that you were given, love it, look after it, and don't wish that you had somebody else's, because they're probably sitting there wishing the exact same thing. What I would suggest for Dani is getting rid of the pants completely and looking towards Tom Ford. Yeah, they had in winter 2019, they had these beautiful velvet blazers with then these wide leg satin pants, and they had turtlenecks, but we don't need to put a turtleneck under that. So I feel like if we did wide leg satin silky pants, and then while I love the moccasins and I think they look really nice, what I'd really like to see from Dani, which is a little bit brave, be to kind of look at maybe something with a bit of a heel. If you're going to wear these beautiful silk trousers that are very flowy and long, putting something with a slight platform, even just a tiny raised platform in that beautiful black glitter would just, it would just take it to a whole nother level, and it would be something that's unexpected and therefore would gain, a bit of style credential. Next, I really don't know, in this, which one I'm going to do. I think we'll go with Sam. Sweetie, this is a big stumble. I would just throw the whole thing away. The whole outfit, honestly, sorry, that's a really unpopular opinion, but I would just throw it away. When I first did my research for this video, I looked at kind of Jimmy Page's, iconic suits that he would wear with the dragon up the side. And I was like, oh, maybe we could do an homage to somebody great. And then I went, no, they don't need to homage to somebody great. They are more than capable of having their own voice, and they need something that's fresh and new and very wholly them. And I think what I kind of looked at was the Roberto Cavalli, Spring Summer 2017 collection had these amazing suits, and they had this one that really stood out to me, which was this bright orange suit. I don't want to just have a orange suit jacket, orange pants. It's kind of boring. I want something that's not a shirt or no shirt. And then I found these David Comer Winter 2019-2020. I thought that this sheer snake print shirt under the Roberto suit is just so interesting to the eye, because you have this bright pop of orange, and then you have this really interesting grounding snake texture. It almost looks like a tattoo. But yeah, it's something very different. It's something very interesting, but it still remains within that glam rock, slightly effeminate style that Sam has, while just pushing it to, another edge. Lastly, we have Josh. It's not great, is the answer. It's not great. It just doesn't look like it fits very well. I don't think it was tailored, or if it was tailored, it was very badly tailored. There's no shape to it. It's just kind of up and down. There is a really big discussion to be had about what is the difference between cultural appropriation and cultural appreciation, that Josh sometimes gets called out for culturally appropriating. But what I think Josh could really do here is because obviously he really enjoys this kind of neo-tribalism idea, which is great. Like, I think that it's, beautiful, but you have to not be Dior about it, you can't like fucking steal shit from people. But I was looking through the Jean Paul Gaultier collections and also the Saint Laurent collections. They do this like neo-traveler nomad style really well, and I feel like we can borrow a bit of this and kind of put it onto Josh's style and just refine it a bit more. Originally I was going to put him in the Dior, but then I remembered that I actually like Josh and I don't want to submit him to the hell that is wearing Maria Grazia Chiuri's Dior, so I completely scrapped that idea, and instead I went for this beautiful designer that I found, Wen Kong Tri. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And I was kind of thinking about how to incorporate Josh's love for Asian and South American prints, but in a way that really solidifies the connection to culture. And I thought, why don't you take a contemporary designer who is designing currently in that country and then ask them to collaborate with you on something. So I thought, if we get these beautiful floral printed jackets in white, tailor it so it's not as oversized on Josh, keeping in mind that he does have a smaller silhouette, and then an out dye in white silk with gold embroidery over like those leather look leggings, pants that he wears a lot, and then some moccasins. There we have a garment, we have an outfit there that is a combination of contemporary Vietnamese design and traditional Vietnamese design, and then you're merging those two streams together. As long as it's done with appreciation and it's done with a deep respect of where that garment comes from, I really don't see an issue with it. I feel like that's what Josh is missing from some of his outfits, is there's just a sense of sophistication that needs to come through, and maybe that is through somebody who is more fashion literate. And it's not an issue to get somebody who is more fashion literate, because it's literally just going to help you to kind of gain a better understanding of how to portray yourself and your music. I definitely think that this is a band that is on their way to creating a really interesting stage presence and a really interesting look. I also just want to reiterate that these guys are 20, like they're not that old, and if they haven't had access to a huge range of clothing, they're probably going through those motions of like trying, because that's really the only way that you can develop your own sense of style, is to really try different things and use different things. And sometimes you're not always going to work out, but I think in the position that they are in and the fact that they're only getting bigger and they're only getting more and more attention, I really think reaching out to somebody who is a bit more fashion literate is going to really, really benefit you guys. So that is my thoughts on Greta Van Fleet and where I think they can improve their style. If you liked watching this, please let me know, leave a like, leave a comment. I would really appreciate it if you guys wanted to check me out on Instagram. I will leave my link in the description box below. Have a lovely day, and I will see you guys in a short while. Bye!